Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Dante,
Maya.
and you listening to Speak Life Podcast. So, well, we didn't go on the same time on that one.
It's okay.
But anyway, we've been gone. Now we back, and we coming back with some new stuff, with some new topics. So today we're gonna be talking about eliminating the competition.
That sounds really harsh.
Eliminating the competition.
Competition.
Yeah, so in the black community, like, competition is like, I have to compete against Maya. You know, when we get on social media or we get on Instagram, Facebook, it's like, ooh, look what this person got. Ooh, look at that person got. And it's like, I got to get better than them. I got to do better than them.
Do you think that it's more so people or like sexes?
I think it's people.
So you think that everybody, like everybody, so a man and a woman, they got to be better than each other?
A man, I wouldn't say men and just men and women. I would say more of, I would say man on man and woman on woman. Because, like, men, for men, like, we feel like I have to do better than the next man. Because if I don't do better than the next man, then he going to get what I want. You know, he going to take what I want, which is, like, the girl, the money, the cars.
I do think that not just talking about, I guess, the same sex or whatever. I think it's a thing about men and women too. Because if you think about when, like, say if I make more money than you.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
But hey, I mean, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of, well, I'm going to say it's kind of would that be a competition at that point?
It is. It is in a way. Is because, like, growing up, like, I was taught to, you know, you supposed to be the provider. You about to make more money than her. You going to be the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? But the moment I notice in relationships, if the woman brings more money than the man, then it's all of a sudden it's a challenge. It's a competition. Now, don't get me wrong. Competition, being competitive, it's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say you make more money than me, right? It's going to motivate me to make more money, bring more money to the table, not just to say, oh, she doing better than me, blah, 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 so I got to do better than her. No, it's like, I'm going to get it just like you get it, you know?
Right.
But the only way that you can really, like, eliminate the competition is stop trying to compete with each other and really trying to help each other.
So that's what we mean when we say eliminate the competition.
Exactly.
Competition is just not do it at all.
Yeah, it's no competition, because I feel like everybody has their own process of being successful or gaining success. So, like, what is one of the things that you feel like in our community, when I say community, black community, because I feel like as black people, we try to compete with one another, but what is one of the things that you feel like, you know, causes competition, especially as far as with women, black women? There we go. That's what I'm asking.
That causes competition with women? Oh, I'm trying to think. I feel like a lot of times I'm trying to think what causes competition. I don't even know if it's more like, say, materialistic thing. We just want to outdo the next woman, I guess. Well, I don't say now, it's kind of like, I can see a lot of women coming together, I guess you could say, because everybody's trying to, like, not black women power, kind of like yes queen kind of.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I can, like, try to get out. But anyways, like, I don't know. I mean, I can't. It's kind of like, I don't even know. I don't know how to answer that question. Like, it's kind of like if she doing it, because a lot of women have, like, businesses now, so it's kind of like everybody is. I don't even know.
Well, honestly, you're going to something, because this will also draw me and a friend of mine was having a conversation about, you know, he's trying to start a business. I'm trying to start a business, and me and him, we've been talking about this particular business since college. And, you know, instead of I see, because I know how the devil works sometimes. He can be like, man, you need to do this before he take it, or you need to do this before he take it, or you know, and it's just like, why are we trying to compete with each other when we can actually help each other out?
Oh, well, okay, now that you say that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I was trying to figure out how to say that. Okay, so I just know, like, before, even just, I guess you could say competition-wise, maybe. You just want to be recognized before the next woman. I feel like that's what a lot of people want, that recognition before the next person.
Right.
Because they want to be able to have it better than the next person instead of helping each other out. So it's kind of like if you have some kind of like knowledge or whatever, instead of you showing, like, you giving that nugget to somebody because you already went through that, they won't give that to the next person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely
so
get
like
it.
Say if you start in a clothing line, you have, like, say I need like a business license or whatever, selling thing or selling license permit or whatever, and I don't know that because I haven't started a business, like, wholesale, whatever.
Right.
I don't know that, and I'm asking you because you've done it before, and you be like, oh, I forgot how to do that, knowing you know how to do
Right.
that, but you're not telling the next person. That's more so like
It's being kind of like, I mean,
because you don't want that person to take your spot, like, you know what I
right.
mean?
Well, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't really nothing wrong with that, because I mean, you gotta have like discernment on what kind of people you're dealing with, because
I mean, I get that too, but if somebody's asking you, that's something, just basic knowledge.
Right.
It's not more so like if you going into stuff like, oh, tell me who your inside, I don't know, like your insider like buyer person,
like you
whatever.
can't,
You ain't got to do that.
Yeah,
like,
you ain't
it's
gotta
just
do all
something
that.
like something as simple as like, how did you start?
Right.
Like, what was your first step? Stuff like that.
Exactly, and I'm saying,
but
like,
you know who's being genuine and who's not.
Right.
Being genuine.
So, as far as like in this like little section we talking about, as far as with businesses, like, I just feel like, man, we most of our people business don't start off well. It's because it's compared, and it's just like, if this person doing this, then I have to do it better. I mean,
they stop because they're looking at somebody else, like they just stop.
Right.
They're like, oh, well, she already done got her stuff, but okay, you don't know what it took for her to get to that point, or him to get to that point. You gotta kind of, that's why you have to ask. Like, I feel like people are too prideful to ask too.
Right.
You can't be like that.
There's plenty of places I done been, and I try to like ask questions, and most of these business owners, they give me the real deal. Like, they don't hold back, and they just say, hey, if you're trying to do this, this is what you need to look into. This is how you look into it. This is how you study it. And then two, the reason why I say eliminate competition is because, if God gave you a vision, or if he gave you a purpose on your business, then can nobody stop it. The only person that stops the plan and the process is God. I mean, not God, you. I didn't mean to say God. You stop your purpose and your in the vision that he give you for you to start your business, and the devil gonna do whatever he can to try to stop that as well, because I don't see God wanting us to be in poverty. I see him want us to be successful people, and it's not so much about being rich. But do
you feel like, this is another thing, do you feel like social media makes people feel like they are in competition with other people?
Heck yeah. Like, it would be times where I have an idea and I'd be like, dang, that's a good idea, I'm finna do it. And as soon as I'm getting ready to do that thing, I see somebody else that's already done it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, like, it's nothing new under the sun. And then, like, second thing, when a person, finally make that breakthrough as far as creatively and start their business, some people, not all people, it's like they flex. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what I done did, look what I done got. And, it kind of make you feel some type of way. I mean, it depends on the person. Some people don't care.
I will say, though, those people that do that, don't you see when they flex, shortly thereafter something happens.
Right.
So that's why I said you have to be careful when you do stuff like that, because the Lord will give you something and he will take it away. Because I'm not saying it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, not to be like he's a punisher, but I mean, you can't, like, he'll give you something and he wants you to do it in timing, but don't be like boastful when you do it.
Right.
Like he wants you to be, kind
Right.
of like, here, this is what I have, but not like, I'm gonna show y'all what I got, and like you can't take it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean. Like a lot of times I've seen that where somebody flexing or whatever, something happens right.
I mean,
a little bit after.
You can flex or whatnot, but if you gonna flex on helping your people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, flex on how you help this 2 or 3 businesses get off the ground. Let's just say I'm a photographer. I do photography. Let's say she do makeup, and let's work together. But let's legit work together. You know what I'm saying? It's not me trying to eat off you or you eat off me, type deal. But let's help each other. Like, okay, perfect example. One of my friends, he cuts hair. So anytime he has a client in Charlotte, or if I'm in Greensboro, he'd be like, hey man, if you want to get some good snaps, pull up and such and such such. Next thing you know, I take pictures of the dude getting his hair cut, and he's like, well, you take this kind of picture, see, and that starts something. And it helps him out and it helps me out. And so we trying to, like, I think as a community, like, we should try to help each other out. Let's eliminate competition, far as like trying to make it to a certain point in our lives, because it ain't doing nothing but making it harder for ourselves. It's like we have that crab mentality, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm talking back or bad or down on black people, but if you honestly, you see the same thing over and over. It's rare that we see a group of black people helping each other to get where we want to go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just like, but I understand, honestly, I actually understand that in the business world, that's going to always be competition. You know what I'm saying? You see, if you go to one block, you got McDonald's, and then right across the street, there's a Wendy's. That's just how that works. You got Walgreens, and then you got CVS or whatever it is. It's on the same street. But I feel like behind closed doors, they actually work hand in hand. I don't think it's just like, we got to beat them, No, they actually work hand in hand because they all getting money at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. If I'm wrong, correct me. You know what I mean? But it all works for their good, So why can't we? And it's other ways that we can eliminate competition far as other than from a business perspective. When I had asked you that question about far as with women, I feel like a lot of women compare their bodies to each other. Compare hair to each other.
Like I was like,
I mean, honestly, like look at her body. I want that. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, I would say I'll see that maybe like 2 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. People were doing that.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of like, I feel like people are not doing that anymore.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because I work in surgery, so people getting their bodies done all the time, but they not going in there being like, oh, I want the Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
right.
I don't know. I feel like people do want. Because now it seems like a lot of women have the same body type. Yeah. And most, I don't. From me talking to guys, I literally will ask, just like, this is just. I don't talk to guys. You know what I mean? But like, if I have a conversation, I have a conversation with like, my cousins and stuff like that, and they would say like they don't find that attractive. It's kind of more so like a vanity thing or like a lustful type of thing, something that they like.
Vanity.
Well, it is it's something that it's just gonna go away.
Right.
After a while.
Yeah.
And so. And it's like a lust thing because they like that for the moment, but they don't want that to go home and be married to, whatever. But I feel like a lot of women are embracing their bodies now, though. They're not really, a lot of women do. Some people are getting BBLs, doing a lot of BBLs
Now, for the people that don't know what BBL is, what is that?
Brazilian butt lift.
Okay.
So that's when you take fat from your stomach and other areas and put it in your booty. But again, like I was saying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like I was saying, he over there doing Macarena. But anywho, Yeah, so I just feel like a lot of women, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of women are getting it. They kind of getting it like dental procedures. It's just like, but you have women that are just kind of like team natural. So I can't, it's kind of like 50-50. I don't know that.
It's
and
nothing,
honestly, I can't tell that people are doing that because I don't even get on social media anymore. I had to like back myself away because I mean, 2 years ago, did people really compare their bodies? Yeah. Because I did. I would go on there and be like, dang, why do I not look like that girl?
As a man, like a lot of guys won't talk about it, but as men, we also compare our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like I some days it's a challenge. I'm like, dang, it's nothing wrong with wanting something, but it's a problem when you want something because a certain person have it. If they didn't have that particular look, or if they didn't do that particular thing, then why do you want it? You know, like me, I always wanted to be, macho and big. Like, if I don't know y'all, if y'all ever, the people that know me that see my brother Davion, I always wanted that, you know what I'm saying? But that's not a part of my genetics. Like, I don't think I could be big like Davion. But if I work out and do what I'm supposed to do, then maybe I could transform that. But my thing is first, being happy with yourself, and then two, eliminate that competition mindset that I gotta get him, I gotta get it before they do, I gotta do this before they do, bro. Like,
but I feel like you
in your own lane.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to hit that point in your life where you just like, why do I care what other people think?
Right.
But you have to get there though. That's not even like I mean, you could say that all day, but you just gotta hit that point in your life where you're just like, you know what? Like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Because I'm at that point where, I hate when I say that. I mean, I hate to say it like that. Because it comes off as harsh. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks. No, I don't care what people think about me. As far as in, like, if they say, oh, she's not my cup of tea. Well, honey, like, I'm his cup of tea. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that stuff doesn't matter anymore. Because when you find the person that you're supposed to be with or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like a lot of women want, like, these men to want them, like, all these men to want them, but why would you not want one person to want you? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and I feel like that's another thing, too. A lot of guys, do you think that y'all do competition, too?
Absolutely.
Getting...
Absolutely. Like, when I was in high school, when I was in high school, the way we would try to get women, it was almost like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I got this card, I got this card, I got this one.
Now, like, now, as far as being well, no, because
I'm not like that no more. Of course, like, but I'm just saying. The Lord has pierced my soul. He has captured my heart. I'm a changed man to this day. Thank you, Lord. But now I feel like, even for the people that's like me, I feel like, because we humans, it's in our nature, it's like, yes, it's a competition still. Hear about this. Such and such is getting married. Such and such is getting married. But why I'm not getting married?
See, I just feel like, okay, then that's when you come into the issue of, it's not your time.
Exactly.
Because, like, okay, and that's a competition thing, too. You got to use the analogy. So, it's you in a race. And you winning, like, you training for this race, but you hadn't trained as hard as this last person. Like, they've been running longer than you. Say they're a senior, you in high school. I'm just going to use this as you in high school, and you running against a senior. They've been training for the longest time for this track meet. You've been training, too, but you a freshman. Right. Okay? You're a freshman. You knew. So, basically, they are a seasoned runner. You're like, I mean, you've been running, but you haven't been running as long as they have. They've been training for this. Right. So you've been training too, but they've been training a little bit longer. Right. So when it's time for the race, they finish, their time is a little bit better than yours. They win the race. Right. Right. Or they come in first place or whatever. So you're looking like, why did they win? Like, I don't understand why they won. Why did they win? Right. Trained a little bit longer. Exactly. It's just more so like people feel like, and it's not even, it might not even be like an age gap either, because some people can be ready and they're younger. some people can be ready and they're older, but it's more so like, are you ready? Like, did you train your mind? Did you train? Because literally, I thought I was ready to be married, and I would go on these dates with these guys and stuff, and like I had to literally like come back to myself and just sit and be like, okay, look, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because literally, I went to church, and I think my uncle had preached. And he was talking about, I think Boaz, maybe. I think that's what it was.
I think that's a
and
lot
he
of
was just
women's
like,
favorite right there.
he was just kind of talking about like, you know, are you ready? Like, are you ready for this? Like, and I was just sitting back, like, am I? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had went through this little program that I found. It's called TOU, the One University. And so I had and I was like. And they literally ask you questions like, are you ready for this and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't think this is my season for this. And literally, I took a year off from dating, and I stopped. And then I was like praying and stuff like that. And this is where I got the person, you know, that I'm supposed to be with.
Hey.
And I feel like a lot of people feel like they're looking at like, you know, the Instagram, our pictures, our podcasts or whatever. And they're not looking at like all the stuff we had to go through to get where we're at now. It's not just a wedding. It's not about engagement and all that stuff. It's about all the stuff we had to train to get, like not train, but you know what I mean. It's,
well,
I mean, I guess you could
say trainer because like,
but it's not a it's not a competition.
Not if you make it that way, then it's in your mind. It's going to be a competition.
Yeah, because it's like I got to get married before her. Like, you know, I have a cousin that's getting married in June. You know, they got engaged after us. Yeah. And I wasn't like, well, why are they getting married before us? Right. Like, no, because that's not when our time is supposed to be married. Just exactly. You know, we, you know, could have been married before then, but I just, you know, the Lord just told me, okay, we need to do November.
Right. And so for the people that feel like, you know, that do that comparing as far as with time, and like, man, God is so good because, you know, sometimes we may think that we need a thing, like we need to do a particular thing, like right then and there, or we want that particular thing. But I feel like God always show you why you shouldn't do it. You do
and
it,
it's like after the fact.
Yeah, because he really,
what you doing?
Yeah, because he just really wants you to just like trust him. Like, bro, like if you really just listen to me and trust me, then you don't have to, you know, you don't. We ask why too much. You know, I ask why too much. Show you. Like I was telling her, like in college, like after I gave my life to him, I submitted to him. I saw everybody around me happy in a relationship. I'm talking about, you know, people that I felt like didn't even deserve to be in a relationship. They was in a relationship, and I had certain opportunities. Like certain women would come up to me, like, and they were good Christian women, like good, great, anointed, whatever you want to call it. And Lord would say no, like no. I'm like, man, dang. And even my own roommate would be like, no, Dante, no. No. You would know when it's the one. Like, just relax. Continue to be faithful. So even in the process of starting your business, even in the process of making your transition, or whatever your season is, or what season that you're in, you know, don't look at nobody else. Let me tell you what makes
you kind of gotta like. And I feel like this will help you too. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just saying, like, you kind of gotta like distance yourself from everything. Just get off of social media. Get off of like.
They might cancel us right now for saying that.
I'm just saying, like, when I say get off of social media, I mean like don't, because if I get on social media, like I like go on stories for like maybe 5 minutes and I'm off. Right. And that's on Instagram. And like on Facebook, I'll look at some funny videos. I like people's stuff, and then I'm off. But like you literally have to take yourself away from things, right? Because I feel like that's gonna like, what were we talking about this morning about you holding you back from your blessings and stuff. Yep. So I feel like that's a block for you. Like you can hold yourself away or block yourself from your blessings because you're like looking at other people, comparing yourself, right? And you're not really comparing yourself like vocally. But in your head, you're comparing yourself like, like.
I think, you know, when it comes to this, like, I wanted to go back to, like you said, it's like a race. If you ever watch, or anybody that ever watch a horse race or whatnot, they have these things on their eyes, to where
Right.
they can't look to the side of them, because as soon as you take that thing off to where they're looking, they can go off track.
Right.
But
Look at
the God,
you,
like the only
I'm sorry.
so the only thing they have to do is literally just run.
Right. And
Like if you think about it, a horse don't think. They hear that gun go off, pow, they gone. So they don't know who winning. They don't know who losing. That's not their job. See, we worried about who's winning, who's losing. I'm losing. I'm not winning. But your job is supposed to be to walk and run your marathon. You know what I'm saying? Word to Nipsey Hussle. You know, if he didn't say anything else, the marathon must continue. So, in looking at your life, the only way you can really be successful, and I'm doing it now as I'm speaking, I'm eliminating the competition. So when people come up to me and say, yeah, I did this to my business, man, I just got 50 million for my business and I ain't made squat, that's fine. Congratulations. I'm not saying that to be ill will. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just that this is not my time yet. Right. And I'm happy for you. I'm actually happy because your business launched before mine, and I've been doing this for about 5 years. So, because I know God got me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how jealousy creep into the door. That's how envy creep into the door. And now you wondering why your business really not jumping at all, because you got all this stuff tainted. Your motives is not in the right place to be. You know what I mean? So, when you in your race, or when you in your season, just know it's not your job to worry about who's winning or who's losing. Your job is just to make it to the finish line. Now, I'm not saying that we're gonna be the horses, because if the horse don't win after a certain amount of races, they get killed. Like they get rid of the horse. You know what I'm saying? But the great thing about God, He don't stop with you. He don't stop. Even if you make a pitfall, like He don't stop. He's like get up. You got another day. The minute that you open your eyes, it's another opportunity out here. It's not that you got to go run and go get it, but you got to make sure you put in the work each day as you go about your day, about trying to start your business and what you want to do. And not even with just the business, it's marriage, whatever you want, whatever you desire. I had to really be patient with this one right here. And even when I got it, I still had to be patient, because it's certain things that I just can't do. You know what I'm saying? In this season, I can't just live with her this season. I can't just have sex with her in this season. Like it's a time in a day where I get to do whatever I need to do or want to do with my wife. So eliminating the competition right now. Just think about the people that you thinking that's against you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the devil want to create. He want to create this thing to where, like, this person is against me, but it actually might be the person that you need to be around. Now, all situations is not like that, but I'm just saying, for the people that need to really understand and listen to this, let's go ahead and eliminate the competition. If you can help me, if you know you can help me with my business and your intentions is right, help me, please. You know what I'm saying? But if not, if you're not, sometimes walking away is actually helping somebody. Mm-hmm. That's how it is, like, and honestly, like, I'm just really, like, daily, like, just eliminating the competition. Even when I go on social media, when I see somebody doing something and they look just like me and they successful, good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them their flowers, because it's nothing in the world. It's enough money in the world for everybody to make. It's enough. I think it's enough. So you don't really have to compare, yourself to anybody. You look in the mirror and you just look at yourself every single day. Even if you got to be a little arrogant, ain't nobody like me. I'm a boss. I'm beautiful. Whatever you got to do. Like, I don't care if you.
Ain't nobody like me.
I'm a boss. Like, the more you speak, that's the whole point of this podcast. Speaking life, right? Speak life into yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
People.
And other people.
It's just when you get on your point.
Yeah.
I just let you go.
Speaking life to yourself and to others. And do I do it every day? Absolutely not. But that's why I got this one right here. because she don't even let me complain. I'm like, can I even
Like,
can I vent? And it's just so annoying.
no,
but
because the Lord woke you up this morning.
Right.
Do you need to complain?
Nah, I feel you.
You feel
know
me?
what I'm saying? You know.
And I have to talk myself out of doing it too.
Yeah.
Because hey.
Eliminate.
Let's be real.
Eliminate the competitions in your life. Like literally. Like tell yourself that. Like some people used to say little things to me, and in middle school and high school. I'm like, ain't no competition with me. I'm my own man. I got my own swag. I got my own style.
It's just the way that you like.
I'm just, I'm sorry if I sound cocky, but I gotta be, because if I don't love myself, how I'm gonna love my company? How I'm gonna love my coworkers? How I'm gonna like what God give me? He created me. It's right in the book. If you don't believe me, I can prove it to you. I can give you the scripture right now. I look it up. You know what I'm saying? But he what? No. What's that? Jeremiah 29:11. I knew you before. It's something like that, right?
Hey,
look, I don't want to lie, twist off scripture, but I know in the Bible He made me, and it tells you it's right there. So if I don't start loving myself the way God loved me, then how I'm gonna move? How I'm gonna love my wife? How I'm gonna love anything that God put in my life? I gotta start speaking life into it. You know what I mean? When you speak life into a situation, then things start to blossom. But if you speak death into a situation, you end up dead. I mean, let's just be real. How many rappers they talked about their death? They predicted their death. And what happened there? I'm sorry to say it, but they end up dying. Think about Biggie Smalls, life after death. What happened? He died. I like Tupac. I love Tupac, but he died. And I'm like, man, if Tupac did not talk about his death, he would probably still be alive. I don't know. So I'll probably get a lot of controversy off of that, but hey, it is what it is. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
But man, for the people that was listening, on the podcast, man, we appreciate it, for taking the time out of your day just to hear us and, give off our opinions on what eliminating competition is, in our community. If you look at all other communities, they help each other out. They're not perfect, but they help each other out. Like one community I'm very inspired by is the Latina community. Like when I drive through Charlotte, I see them build up houses, and what they do is they help each other out. Like literally, like if Maya was building a house, whatever parts that I don't need for my house, they go and put it towards the other their friend's house or whoever they're using, and they help each other out, So I'm ready for our people to, help us out. See, somebody put it down there, Jeremiah 29:11. I knew you before. I'm gonna give you the way I'm gonna say it. I knew you before you knew yourself. I feel like that's what God was saying.
What is that? The New Living Translation.
I knew you before you knew yourself. I remember you when you was swimming. Before you was swimming, you was supposed to be here. I'm sorry, I had to say it like that. Was that too much? That's just what it is. Like somebody told me this one time. If you ever felt like you want to give up and you feel like you can't make it, but think about it, you actually made it. Out of all those cells, you won that swimming, you made it.
Oh my God.
If you really want to go that deep, you the one. Some people say, I didn't choose to be here. I didn't. Yes, you did. You did choose to be here. That was a part of your nature. Maya was supposed to be here. She was supposed to be here. I used to think like that.
That's
too.
Not even. The Lord chose for you to be here.
That too, but that's why He created
Well,
that.
I'm just saying. If you want to go that deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, I think because we get into some stuff that just don't even, I think that's it. Guys.
Man, we appreciate everybody just tuning in. Until next time. Also, if you have any topics that y'all want to touch on, like that you should think we should touch on, man, definitely shoot us a message. Some of y'all have our number.
Or something that you want us to share.
Right.
Not too personal about us, but
I mean, they can ask that, but we
No,
ain't gonna.
not
We only.
too
I mean,
it's some stuff. It's just a boundary line.
Absolutely, but I'm saying
But-
they can ask, but we won't give them like you know what I'm saying. What's your passcode to your phone? No.
I'm not talking about like that, but you know what I mean.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so just let us know what you would like for us to speak about. Until next time, guys.
Until next time.